After the party is the after party. Welcome everybody. I am your host Ray, and then we always have Father.
It's me.
All right, so this is a very early morning after party, but like I just telling Father, if I don't do this right now, I'm probably not going to do it when I'm on my day off. So first of all, so I appreciate Father, and I believe Dion is going to join us as well. So I appreciate y'all coming in. But there we go. Dion is
You got you
right
summoned
there.
them. You literally summoned them.
I summoned Dion. I summoned Dion in attack mode.
The background noise. I'm in the middle of breakfast at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. Dion, like I told Father, yeah. If I don't do this now, I'm probably not going to get to it. So I appreciate y'all coming in on this impromptu after party. So,
I've got time before I got to work today. This is perfect.
so yeah. If y'all don't follow this channel, I done said many of times it's hard being a black man and a wrestling fan at the same time. But I did see the title of this, and I thought it was very interesting because he was talking about black main inventors in NXT, and we just had a call ups of even though he hasn't premiered yet, Obafemi obviously getting called up. You got Carmelo Hayes, who's already there and U.S. champion and doing this open challenge shit. Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and let's not forget Jade Cargill, who's his champion, and Lash Legend, who's been getting a lot of notice too. And not to mention in NXT, Jada Parker, she came back and she got it damn near. They was chanting that shit the whole time. So, yeah, I think it might be the time for me to retire the whole thing of being black and a wrestling fan.
Bro. Nah, cause you'll just be doing that same shit that black people do. Soon as they see a whole bunch of niggas on TV, they forget racism was real. Keep that energy.
Okay. Uh, all right.
One thing we're not going to do is pretend that WWE has it, well, wrestling in general hasn't been a certain type of way for decades. That's what we're not going to do.
Okay, I'm never going to ignore history, obviously, because ignoring history that'd be disrespectful to the people that paved the way and the bullshit they had to go through just to even um, work for the business. But I think we all been seeing this and we all been kind of like talking about it. So I don't know. I just want to look at this, see what they got. So without further ado, y'all can see the video, right?
Yes.
All right. Without without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video.
It's December 13th, 2025, Saturday White's main event. WWE's main event match that night, per usual, is exclusively Caucasian. But it's not just any match. It's one Hall of Fame Yakubian passing the torch to another. No, not that torch, stop it. Anyway, John Cena tapped out to Gunther, officially ending an era. But not just the John Cena era. This was the end of the white main eventer in WWE as we know it. And what a hell of a run you honkies had. The first SmackDown and Raw of 2026 gave way to main roster call-ups Trick Williams and Javon Evans, respectively. Carmelo Hayes ended 2025 by winning the U.S. Championship, and he's currently one of the fastest rising stars on the roster. Fans are legit in love with Melo. This isn't a Julius situation. Obafemi is on his way. West Africa in the house. Jade Cargill is the WWE Women's Champion, and Lash Legend has kicked the door down to the Women's Tag Team Division. This put in motion a black prophecy I've been talking about on this channel for years. Welcome to the rise of Africa NXT. All those sickos talking.
First off, I forgot Soul Ruka's black too, so and Soul Ruka's been kind of killing it too. So let me throw Soul Ruka in there. Also, poor Julia. I, I I think they fumbled the fuck out of her, but I could be wrong. But I don't see her.
What? what I will say with Julia is they called her up too early.
See, I thought the same
Um,
thing.
they called her up way too early. They put a championship on her. She didn't really do much with it. They put Kiana James in there. He's like, you know what? You're from NXT too, and you speak English. So here, mind you, Julia can speak English, and you know what I'm saying. Then she lost the title, and then she won the title again. And I'm like, what are they doing with this woman? You
Not to
know,
mention
like it's
Stephanie.
not like
Go ahead. My bad.
no. I was just gonna say it's not like what they did with Asuka, where she was fucking undefeated in NXT to this day.
And not to
Asuka's never lost a match at NXT.
still to this day, and not to mention that Stephanie Victoria kind of like popped, and most of that was because of Booker T, but she kind of like popped, and everybody kind of liked her, and everybody kind of like seeing her too. And I was, and her feud with Naomi, even though they didn't wrestle, like I think it put a lot of interest in her. So I felt like Julia was supposed to be like who we were supposed to put eyes on, but Stephanie Victoria kind of like took that from under her.
She got overshadowed, and like Father said, a lot of that had to do with Booker T. But can I just say, no, as a commentator, I feel like Booker T can get damn near anybody over if he personally likes them.
Slight correction, Ray said that, not me.
I mean, and either way,
Oh, either way. Oh,
Damn. I'm sorry.
yeah.
but either way,
And he doubled down.
Booker T is the motherfucker that can. From Booker T as a commentator, like if anyone can get you over because of just the energy he brings, it's Booker T.
I mean, yeah, but I'm really gonna put that on the NXT crowd in general.
I was about
I'm
to
putting
say
that on the NXT crowd in general. If you are over with the NXT crowd, then that's a pretty good motherfucking sign.
Especially if they take you quickly.
And I'm only saying that because a lot of the people. So it's weird because a lot of the NXT people watch the main product, but a lot of the people that watch the main product don't be watching NXT, which is fucking crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking crazy to me. At this particular point in time, NXT is the third brand. You know what I'm saying? I no longer really see it as developmental. That's more the evolved crowd, but I do see NXT as like a legitimate third. It's a third brand with a different focus group. You know what I'm saying? Like because like NXT has always had motherfucking hoopers. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the people that are hooping right now literally came from NXT. NXT is a star making machine.
right.
So the WWE has a good system in place when it comes to developing talent. I think they have the best system when it comes to developing talent. But at the same time, that always doesn't mean that people are just going to be, over just coming from NXT. And Julia is an example of that. And it's
Now,
sad because Julia actually has a lot of personality, but she's kind of being muddled because of how she's being booked.
I will say, it was mentioned in one of the two videos that Ray shared. It's mentioned how certain wrestlers they blow up on NXT, and we spoke about this with when it comes to Julia, how for one reason or another they flopped on the main roster.
Booking. It's the booking.
Father been saying booking
It is.
forever.
It's the fucking booking. That's like the fun. Like booking is fundamental. Like that's like playing Tekken and then you suck at movement. You're not gonna get very far.
Yeah,
Your fundamentals are fucking important. So if you don't book certain people well, it doesn't matter who the fuck they are. And everybody is a victim to bad booking in WWE. Nobody is immune to bad booking.
No way, Jose.
Shit. Sasha Banks and Naomi literally left as tag team champions because of bad booking.
No way, Jose.
but
Chris Jericho or Kevin Owens. Just to name a few. Just name.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed them as a tag team.
Yeah, they were over, and they were funny. So
It's literally just Canadians going exactly.
shoot.
The list of Jericho was one of the most hilarious things in the world to me too.
And it was so simple.
Yeah. But that, to me, that speaks on the genius of Chris Jericho, because he's always like he always switched the gimmick
You
up.
have like a physical, like written list of people you don't like. You know how petty you have to be to do some shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jericho's entire gimmick is being petty. Have you heard this shit that he said to Stephanie McMahon?
Yes.
Nigga, I've been watching Jericho since WCW. What do you mean? But yeah, peak pettiness was him and Stephanie. You are right, though. That's peak pettiness. Especially him and the Rock going back and forth, roasting Stephanie. Do you remember that?
Bruh, that was the highlight of her career. That's literally one of the highlights of her career. Getting lit up by both Chris Jericho and The Rock. And she survived that. Yeah, no one else would have ever survived that.
But, see, shout out to Stephanie McMahon for being able to take a joke. God damn.
She's a McMahon. She has no choice. She literally does not have a choice.
I understand that part, but let's be honest. They went hard at Stephanie that episode.
She's a McMahon.
They were hard at Stephanie for a good, decade with some of the shit they used to say about her.
When your father... Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
I think Big Show got it worse than Stephanie. I don't care anybody says. Him going down there, Rock going down, he go. Let's see this again in slow motion.
But on that same token, Big Show is another. I feel like he's another prime example of great talent, bad booking.
I mean,
yeah, he's been in some spectacular matches and stuff, but he's been involved in a couple of stinkers, and not necessarily him or the other wrestler fucking up. It's just, again, shitty booking.
Ain't nothing you can do but The Rock going around. It's the big slow.
But can I ask a question though?
Go ahead.
What's your question?
So I've spoken several times about how WWE tends to waste talent. Who do you think right now is being completely and totally, just utterly wasted over there?
Julia.
Wasted is a strong word.
Julia.
Especially, okay, they just put the women's U.S. title back on Julia. So I want to wait and see what they do with her with this second championship run. Before I say, oh, she's being wasted, whatever.
I'm gonna say my answer. Apollo Crews. How about that?
Generic black guy number 3.
I don't recall even seeing Apollo Crews on TV in is he still signed to WWE?
Years.
Yes, he's still signed on WWE.
Try years.
Oh, hell no.
It's been at least 2 years since I've seen Apollo Crews.
I mean, he's wrestling in the main event. That's about it.
The last time I saw Apollo Crews was, damn, you know what? It's been like a year and a half, 2 years. Shit. I think the last time I saw Apollo Crews, he was on an episode of NXT.
Yeah, the last time I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. The last time I seen Apollo Crews, he was tag teaming with Baron Corbin, and then Baron Corbin got cut
Randomly, might
randomly.
I add.
So if he's get past this spring cleaning cut that they usually have after WrestleMania, I'd be surprised. I'd be like, shit.
Oh no, if he getting cut, if he ain't been on nothing in that amount of time, when they start bumping up and then dropping people, yeah, he's gonna get cut. Um, shoot, I
Also,
imagine Kiana James is gonna vanish
also me
because
and
she's one of the I like her for NXT, but complete and utter waste on main roster.
I wouldn't say that
There's
either.
so much you can do with Kiana James. He has actual talent.
I disagree with that.
I haven't really seen much from Keanu James. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I disagree about Kiana James. Kiana James was one of the very first. Kiana James was one of the very first people that got on the main. She got on the main roster before Stephanie McCur. She got on the main roster before Lash Legend. She got on the main roster before a whole bunch of people. So I don't agree with that at all. Also, she literally just came from injury. And the reason why she was pitted with Julia in the first place was because of the momentum that she lost when she got injured, because she was going for a major push. So I disagree with that.
Like I said, it wouldn't completely surprise me if Kiana James got cut.
Okay.
Yeah, also it's Royal Rumble season. They're not gonna be cutting anyone soon. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
All right. Let's get back into the video.
Talking about WWE's failures with black men in singles matches on PLE weren't doing so in bad faith. They're just idiots, God bless them. They didn't see what we always saw. They remained in denial when NXT on the CW destroyed AEW Dynamite just about every week and in every single head-to-head matchup. Now upgraded to the main roster, the time has come. The WWE main roster is getting blacker by the second, and the Old Boys Network is going to have to come on out and deal with this. Because the last time was now for John Cena and everything you know about the chronically Caucasian WWE main event. Changes are coming to WWE's main roster, but could these changes cause a white nationalist uprising in AEW? Subscribe in Zulu.
I mean, white folk just got to be the boss. And it blows their mind when a black man don't want to accept that.
Fun fact, I wrote this on January 6th, and I'm sure it's going to be tough to hear for the niche insurrectionist wrestling fandom, but WWE's main event has become the melanin event overnight. If WWE doesn't want to post a Black History Month poster in 2026, that's cool. I've never lost a second of sleep because white people refuse to celebrate our month. Celebration or not, every PLE poster is about to look like a Black History poster. Pretty soon, it'll be hard to tell the difference between WrestleMania and a versus battle. Whites looking to stay relevant better start growing their dreadlocks now. And I'm not saying there will be zero white main eventers or even that they'll go away entirely. Veterans from the old guard like CM Punk are alive and well. By the time you're reading this, Drew McIntyre could be world champ. The Vision is the first line
And that happened. Drew McIntyre is world champ as of right now.
of defense for the expiring white man with Braun Breaker and Logan Paul on the come-up. Cody Rhodes will always be in the mix, but he's spiritually Raheem. WWE's main event is about to get blacker and cooler, which will give WWE yet another advantage when it comes to fostering a younger, cooler audience. AEW's main event has turned into an anthology of Gunsmoke. It's a surprise that they didn't get sold to Paramount Plus yet. Swerve Strickland basically has a monopoly on black history in AEW, and after that, it gets sketchy. The Hurt Syndicate stays strong, but in the inept AEW ecosystem, they're not seen as potential world title contenders. Instead, stories leak from inside of AEW about how the Hurt Syndicate are a conniving group of brothers who don't want to do a job. I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but Sting was so white, he wore 2 layers of whiteness. But when he went undefeated against AEW only to retire, that same ecosystem considered it heartwarming. I guess that
Is that true about the Hurt Syndicate? But at the same time, I
about the
get
Hurt
it
Syndicate.
because Bobby Lashley. I don't want to say Black Brock Lesnar, but he should be, in my opinion, booked as a Brock Lesnar. Like you're not just. And I think MVP said something about that. Like even though he don't mind doing the job, he does. It's just like he has accolades like in and out of wrestling. Like he's a legit badass. He can't be just jobbing into anybody. I don't know which I think. And then you have Shelton Benjamin, obviously.
I mean,
Well,
um,
no, fine, go ahead.
I I've been watching Hurt Syndicate from the very beginning. Bro, they didn't even win I mean, like they won the tag team championships. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like they're being wasted or anything. I do understand the critique about Bobby Lashley, you know, being a world title contender and stuff like that. Um, you know what I'm saying? And he's gonna get there. I don't think they're just gonna completely look over fucking Bobby Lashley of all people. I just think that I mean, it was the same shit with Aleister Black when he came to motherfucking AEW. That nigga debuted beating up Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he went to the trios and tag division. So, I don't think there's any real shame in it, but I do think that people do want to see Bobby Lashley in the world title picture because he was a big deal in WWE. You know what I'm saying? But in WWE, it took him a while there too. You know what I'm saying? So it's you just gonna have to wait and see. That one you just gonna have to be patient and wait and see what's going on. You know, they were both in the Continental Classic tournament, so the branch off is happening, albeit a bit slowly, but I mean, yeah, just let them cook. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Do you think it's just us being impatient? Because
Yes.
yeah, okay. Because I was about to say because I know a lot of people is just like you have all these stars and you're like not doing nothing with them. And then I was like, this is to me, I didn't count it as racism or them just being held back in black because I was just like, nah, they got to pay their dues. Because even like Booker T talk about like he was 10 years in and he still had there's still things he was learning about the business and he still had to pay some dues before he get places. And I think Jericho is a good example of that too because Jericho, he started. They didn't put the rocket on him immediately, but he did have a good boost. But like to me, it's like the SmackDown, the Ruthless Aggression era. I think that's where he was doing some of his better work, in my opinion. I could be wrong. So
Agree with that.
okay, let's get back into the
I
video.
think when it
Oh,
comes
go ahead.
to
Go ahead.
I think when it comes to the Hurt Syndicate, you're talking about three guys who, regardless of where they've been, because they all have history in and out of WWE and AEW, you're talking about three dudes who have worked just about everywhere, who have been in the ring with literally like the best of the best that the industry has had to offer, and really any of the top frames they wrestle wherever they wrestle. You know, one of my favorite matches ever was that banger between Shawn Michaels and Shelton Benjamin. That's one of my favorite matches ever.
That's a classic.
Bobby Lashley, the name speaks for itself. I don't need to say a lot about Bobby Lashley. If you know who he is, what's understood ain't got to be fucking explained. And MVP is just MVP. His personality alone freaking changes the fucking environment whenever he walks in the room. So it's one of those, yeah, it's one of those wait and see type of things. My dude, I'm speaking off of what I know about, from what I've seen in the past. I haven't been able to watch much of AEW lately. So outside of highlights of certain things, I don't know everything going on in AEW at the moment.
Okay. All right. Let's get back.
But
Go ahead. My bad.
but yeah, like I was saying, wait and see. I think them three boys are gonna end up doing amazing things for AEW.
One can only hope. Let's get back into the video.
Added layer of white-face privilege paid off. AEW failed a major coronation with its great white hope in Hangman Adam Page. Its next white hope is the interchangeable, charismatically challenged superworker, drug-free Kyle Fletcher. Will Ospreay is owed a world title run, and suddenly the next batch of AEW pay-per-views will start looking like a South Park poster. Streaming on Paramount Plus. AEW doesn't have to say the quiet part out loud, but it's clear that their plan is to crown as many white hopes as possible to hold on to the predominantly white niche of indie and New Japan supermarks from 2018. AEW's women's division is actually literally dripped in black and gold. Given their success alone, Mercedes Moné and Athena should be AEW's top two main eventers, but AEW doesn't let women main event their pay-per-views. Plus, AEW face-planted when it came to the storytelling of Athena and Mercedes' record-breaking accomplishments. Given their OP booking in the ring, Mercedes versus Athena should be the biggest match in AEW. But both are seen as almost cartoonish heels despite their unprecedented accomplishments for anybody, let alone black women in the once white wrestling business. Meanwhile, in Durag
Do you agree with that?
Not really. He kinda has a point, but not fully. Also, bro, first of all, Mercedes Moné, shout out to her. That's my baby. Mercedes Moné, she's always been so the reason why she was even doing all that was to put other women on. Like that was Harley Cameron that she was doing that skit with, and she literally specifically told her you should do that ventriloquist thing more because it's pretty cool. That's where the Mini Monet shit started coming on because Mercedes Monet encouraged her. This is documented, so he kind of doesn't really have a point there. Athena has always kind of been a cartoonish heel, even with her reign in ROH. She literally calls her fucking fans minions. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? They've been booked strong, but they've also been. I mean, right now, Mercedes Moné no longer has the TBS championship, and she's down to 9 belts right now. She used to have 13, now she's down to 9. Athena is still the ROH Forever Women's Champion, so it's just. I think it's gonna happen. They've already wrestled before. You know what I'm saying? But it was kind of like the whole Javon Evans, Leon Slater thing. So again, with that one, you just gonna have to let them cook. I know that it's an annoying answer, but this is wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is fucking wrestling. And then on top of that, you also have to understand that a lot of wrestlers, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there's not a significant storyline going on, then there's not a significant storyline going on, you know? Because there's other aspects that they also have to cover. So I do think he still kind of has a point. Like, he's not completely wrong, but yeah.
Side note, and this is just my guess. I don't, but I can. I think this is going to happen because Leon Slater. They did bring Leon Slater on the UK tour, and him and Carmelo Hayes had a banger. Now you done seen both Leon Slater and Javon Evans as a tag team, and they're phenomenal. They're the only people I know they do flippy shit, but it's not like choreographed flippy shit. It's like, to me, I compare it to like watching a one on one with two good players and they just try to outdo each other. I think they're going to turn them into a tag team. I think TNA. I think WWE's trying to find a way to get Leon Slater to WWE and put him and Javon Evans in the tag team, and they're going to be like Black Hardy Boys. That's my prediction. I think that's what happens.
That would actually be fire.
It would. But also, like, Javon Evans is also a great singles competitor too. But I just see that, like, because they're both the same. Him and Leon Slater, and they, like I said, their match was good. So much that, like, honestly, that ending in the draw was kind of like perfect because both of y'all showcased what y'all could do being young 21-year-olds, black men, and people. That was like one of the matches of the year, or at least nominated for one of the matches of the year. So I don't know. I see that happening in the future because they already tag team up and they work well as a tag team. So I feel like they're gonna be like Black Hardy Boys. That's just my opinion.
It also helps that Leon Slater literally teamed with the Hardy Boys for a while in TNA. As for both Javon Evans and Leon Slater, they kind of booked themselves. There's some superstars like you could just put them in any match and they'll do fine.
Right.
You feeling what I'm saying? Another big one that I'm also gonna put in there, even though he's not black, is Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier is going to be a major deal in WWE. I'm calling it right now. Because that man makes anybody look good. I've seen him in NXT and what he's been doing in the main roster lately. That he specifically makes anybody look good. So I'm also putting him in there too as one of those people. Like all they literally have to do is book them like 2003, 2004 Rey Mysterio. Because Rey Mysterio literally booked himself. You could put that nigga in any match. It didn't matter whether it was the Big Show or whether it was the Undertaker. He'd be fine.
He's still doing it with Omos.
Dude, I can see Nathan Frazier having a similar run, as a singles competitor to early Kofi Kingston back when he was pretending to be Jamaican. I can kind of see that.
Pretending. That was his gimmick. He wasn't pretending.
It was like there's trouble in paradise.
I'm saying, yo. Y'all say pretending, but everybody bought it.
Everybody did bought it. Except for the
Triple H calling him out on it was still one of the greatest things ever.
Except for the guy.
Yeah, I got a question.
Except for the guy.
Matter of fact, I have a question.
But he.
Aren't you supposed to be Jamaican? That shit is still funny to me. Aren't you supposed to be Jamaican? What happened to your accent?
Also, I think Kit Wilson. That might be a surprise one too.
Oh, you want to talk about Kit Wilson? It's the Fandango effect.
You think so?
Yeah, it's the Fandango effect. Now remember, Fandango debuted in WrestleMania against Chris Jericho. That was his debut match.
He did.
Also, shout out to Fandango because he literally just retired yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
He retired last night. He wrestled his last match last night. So, thank you, Dango. But I mean, yeah, like Kit Wilson, it's the Fandango effect. He has a really good ring presence, right? And his theme song right now is like going viral.
It is.
Just like Fandango's theme song went viral. You know what I'm saying? Music helps. This is why we keep saying, bro, if a superstar doesn't have a good theme song, like you might as well just throw them in the trash.
Primo.
Stop. Fucking stop. Fuck wrong with you?
We all know how he feels about that song. How dare you?
That is the worst.
That is the worst.
Let me not get it.
Everybody will say that is the worst song. But let's get back to the video.
WWE, White passing Sami Zayn begged for another empty opportunity at a world title. Thankfully, Trick Williams lemon pepper stepped all over Sami's story on day one. Trick basically said the quiet part out loud to Sami. It's our turn now.
Let me tell you something. 30 years ago, we would have been strung up in somebody's tree, getting hung for beating two white boys the way we just did. But now, you might want want to come out here and put some belts on us, but the only belts we going to be wearing around here is the tag team belt. Let me tell you something. I don't like being up here. I was getting out of my car. I slipped and fell. It's a tobacco spit. And you know what I'm saying? Nothing but rednecks up here. Nothing but geeks up here. Nothing but coal miners up here. Chicken farmers, Klansmen.
In my year-end prediction,
Was that Jim Ross, by the way?
Ooh,
Jim Ross? Not the person doing it. The person holding one mic. Was that Jim Ross? No.
no.
Okay, I'm sorry. He looked like Jim Ross, and I was like, that's very ironic because what Jim Ross was going through. Don't mind me.
piece, I predicted that Javon Evans would be a world champion in 2026. I'll take that one step further. At some point in 2026, every single men's and women's world champion on the main roster will be black at the same time. Whether it's Trick, Oba, Lash, and Jade, Javon, Ricky, Bianca, and Naomi, Kalani, Bianca, Trick, and Mello. Whatever the combination, it'll look fantastic on a Black History Month PLE poster. It's so many niggas coming. Sling Blade Dave and Brian Bonaparte are begging for a Great White Hope.
If someone deserves to be called up from NXT, it's that frickin' Ethan Page.
That guy is awesome. This Kendall Gray is awesome.
They need to make her a superstar because she's a superstar waiting to happen. Even more than Soul.
I've stayed cool, calm, and collected throughout WWE's Black Man PLE drought because that's a bullshit stat and I know better. I don't react to the past. I evaluate the past and present and try to react to the future. When I realized WWE had a lack of black men featured on PLEs, I wasn't concerned in the way I would be maybe 10 years ago. I saw the future. I've watched YNXT every week for years now. It's the blackest weekly wrestling product I've ever seen, and more importantly, all the black top stars are over. Lest we forget when I said there's a whole soul plane of future black main eventers in African NXT ready to go right now. When I posted my all elite white people video in 2021, it's because I saw the present and I reacted to the future of AEW. That future was whiter than the snowman's bathroom sink. There were no black main eventers being groomed for a world title, let alone black talent winning matches. After that video was published, the next 7 AEW world champions over the next 2 years were either whites or Samoa Joe. It wasn't until I went viral talking about AEW's ultra-white main event picture that Tony eventually threw Swerve a bone. But that was a token reign with a firm expiration date. And what a glorious 4 months that was. But if Swerve Strickland is like Token on South Park, African NXT was like every person in the Proud family. Jada Parker just came back. And
would you consider Swerve Strickland's AEW run Token? Like he's saying? Or is it...
No.
Hold on. This is the same dude that got exposed for putting Black and Ugly in his motherfucking song. Hold your horses. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Swerve Strickland has been soft shoeing lately. You've been soft shoeing. Let's not, nigga. I pay attention. That nigga don't be, bruh. There was an interview that he did. He was saying some soft shoeing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't really acknowledge the fact that he was one of the top black wrestlers. He barely acknowledged it. You know what I'm saying? I think somebody can pull that off on the social media where he said that shit. Yeah, a lot of niggas don't fuck with Swerve. A lot of like if you look back on his history and shit like that, he's done a lot of little soft shoe here and there. Now, I'm not going to deny, he's still a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to deny that, but you know what I'm saying? You remember that shit with Athena, Ray?
Yeah.
How her husband was wearing that motherfucking King of Black Women? I still haven't forget. Yeah, I still haven't forgiven her for that. But because she's ROH champion and because she's a fucking good ass professional wrestler, which I will never take away from her, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it, but I based on past behaviors, I will have to say that it was kind of a token run. Especially now that he brings it back up in retrospect. The first black AEW champion. The first African American AEW champion. Yeah, you sounded real token there, my guy.
You're saying that shit out loud, huh?
He said it in multiple occasions, actually.
Yeah, but did he have to? It's the question.
If he's the top dog,
Did he have to?
he can take control of his own promos.
Yeah, and also like you gotta market yourself as much as you can. So I'm not mad at it, right? But I mean, you won't catch motherfucking Sol Ruka talking about she's the first ever African American fucking whatever. No, that wasn't her. That was fucking Kalani Jordan. You won't catch Kalani Jordan talking about she's the first ever African American NXT North American champion, even though she's the first ever one. You know, just being the first ever one is enough. She doesn't have to mention that she's black. But as far as Strickland with the history of that title, I mean, why not? You know, because he still to this day is the only black champion until Bobby Lashley takes it eventually.
Also, I noticed that not TNA, AEW, they don't really like homegrown their peoples no more.
No, they do. They just don't do it as because they have ROH now. So if you remember when AEW first came out, they had two YouTube shows, and it was AEW Dark and it was another one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they had two of them. And that's where you can see the talent develop and stuff like that. So now they have Dynamite, Collision, and now they also have ROH. You know what I'm saying? They also have a partnership with CMLL, and they also have a partnership with New Japan. So they're good. Yeah, I mean, you can see them. You know,
Big Show is the announcer for one of them, right? Big Show's the announcer for one of them, right?
Who? Big Show? He was I forgot what he was doing. Him and motherfucking Mark Henry kind of just be there, but I believe Big Show was dark. I believe he was AEW dark.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
To say it's true. A lot of the favorites from AEW came up from AEW Dark.
Let's get back into the video.
She's a friendly reminder that in this era of WWE dominated by YNXT, even the chanting will get blacker on the main roster.
Booker, look who...
Don't play that shit. Don't play that shit.
Booker T! We coming for you.
They're about to go from "this is wrestling" to "Jada, don't play that shit." Black is beautiful and the ratings prove it. When NXT tried to put AEW out of business, they fought crackers with crackers. AEW was a super indie filled with some of the top white talent in the business. Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Hangman Adam Page, Darby Allin, MJF, John Moxley, Cody Rhodes kinda. NXT tried to counter with Karrion Kross, Finn Balor, and top white stable The Undisputed Era. NXT lost the Wednesday Night War handily because you don't fight crackers with crackers, you fight crackers with a cookout. That's why NXT has dominated AEW in the African NXT era. Now all this black talent is on it.
God, I just realized too, that wasn't a bad era for NXT either, but they was losing the ratings. Also, Velveteen Dream was also pretty over during that time as well. But
you just gonna have to let that nigga go, bro. You just gonna have
the part that made me laugh was when he said, "You don't fight practice with practice, you fight practice with a cookout." That
was pretty good.
That was funny.
Shout out to him bringing up that chant, because that's a chant that has been. I'm pretty sure the WWE people told the crowd never to do that shit again, but there really was a crowd that was like, "Miss Parker, don't play that shit." It was the most glorious shit I ever heard, because it was just a whole bunch of niggas doing it too. And you be noticing the NXT crowd be full of niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they chants, like they know how to there was another one with Trick Williams. He was like, "Trick's gonna beat your ass. Trick's gonna beat your ass," like on some church shit. You had the niggas clapping, "Trick's gonna beat your ass. Trick's gonna beat your ass." Amen. You know?
I'm glad
So-
because the gear we go overseas, everybody got chance. Like
Bruh, I'm saying them Europeans because it's football culture over there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They got clubs and shit like that, so they be having their own chance and shit like that. But to me, AJ Styles is always gonna be the best one because then he's over in France. You know what I'm saying? Whenever that boy come up in France, they tear the roof down for that nigga. And I just love how the French people be singing all the American songs word for word, and yet motherfuckers in America barely hum Sami Zayn's theme anymore. I'm like, bro, y'all suck. I would have been there singing my motherfucking ass off.
It's the European crowd that got Randy Orton back over. If you want to be real.
you know what's funny?
Where were
Yeah,
they
as a
at?
man-
Where were they at when it was one of the European crowds? I want to say it was the French audience as well that was singing voices word for word.
That was
CM Punk.
it wasn't it wasn't France. It wasn't France. It was another place. I mean France did sing it, but it was another place.
It was somewhere else before them, yeah. But they had that shit down pat. Like, and I mean the entire song.
I'm trying to remember where that fuck it was because
Was it Germany or something?
no,
Was it one of the times it was Germany?
no, it wasn't Germany. Germany did sing it, but it wasn't Germany. I'm
You
trying to
talking about
remember.
when he went
Hold
up
on.
with the triple threat match with Jey Uso and someone else?
Shoot. Who was he fighting
It
on
was
this
Italy.
particular?
It was Italy.
It was
It was
Italy.
Italy.
It was
It was
Italy.
Italy.
Okay.
But France was good too. France was one of them.
Shoot.
But it was Italy.
I still love
Okay.
Puerto Rico. I thought Puerto Rico was one of their better shows. Puerto Rico, I think we got like what? As far as America, I would say Chicago, Philly, New York, Georgia, depending on if AJ Styles is there or not, or Goldberg, because Goldberg's still kind of like popping in Georgia, and Texas, depending on which Texas wrestler. I would say that. But other than that, yeah, the other cities suck. DC, we 50-50. I think it's DC, we 50-50.
It depends on who show up for y'all.
Look, I will never forgive that when Batista came home and there was no pop for Batista in his own hometown. I was fucking mad. But
It was low key long.
yeah, I was like,
I just also want you to know that the Italian crowd literally sang that word for word.
I
Literally.
told that.
That shit was crazy.
that shit is crazy. So I've been saying this. I said American, we might have to start. Well, except for the NXT shit, but I think American, we're gonna have to start setting up how we appreciate the fans because when they were singing Cult of Personality, that shit it warmed CM Punk's heart. You could tell it was just like he loved that. So, let's get back into the video.
Way to reverse colonize WWE's main event just in time for the aging whites to say goodbye. Gunther already retired Goldberg. Then he tapped out John Cena. AJ Styles looks like he's next. Then probably Brock Lesnar. Either way, WWE is going through a Caucasian cleansing of some of its biggest names to make way for the blackest era of pro wrestling on Oprah Winfrey's earth. This will be the first era of WWE superstars where the vast majority of talent can do the Cupid Shuffle on rhythm. Seriously, Trick and Lash's wedding is about to be lit. All this with Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, Ricky Starks, and Leon Slater still in developmental. I cannot wait to see the lamest white podcasters you know trying to keep up with all the black references on Beyonce's television only to fail miserably.
Cody wishes him luck, and the crowd pops, and then as he's leaving, Trick says, "Hold on a second, one more thing. Are you coming to the cookout?" And the place goes nuts. I guess they have a local cookout at the Performance Center for the fans. I guess they have a local cookout at the Performance Center for the fans. I guess they have a local cookout at the Performance Center for the fans.
Trick, what?
I don't care what anybody say. I love it when white people are not into the joke and they're trying to guess what it
Good.
means.
Good. Keep it that fucking way.
What's one of my favorite jokes from Dave Chappelle? What's the best thing about skeet? White people don't know what it means yet. As soon as they figure out, they be like, "My God, what have it done?" Oh shoot. I was never a fan of him, but Quincy Elliott, I think when he called one of his moves the bussy, bussy, and they said it on TV, I fucking hollered. But oh shit. Let's let's get back into the video.
Williams debuted this week and talked about his lemon pepper steppers. So I guess he's seasoning his sneakers now? Is that a thing? Wrestling's era of work rate and landing on your head on purpose to pop the dirt sheets is a relic from a decade ago. With or without William Regal's heartfelt tweet, all that indie slop that used to get people over when their charisma wouldn't just doesn't work anymore. Did you see how empty that box center was on the first Dynamite of the year? You'll see soon enough when AEW tries to make Kyle Fletcher a thing. And now that I think about it, AEW's lack of black talent in the main event could lead to an unlikely alliance with one of the most incorrigible groups on the South African internet. AEW could make some inroads with white nationalists who think they're losing the country once they see all the black main eventers in WWE. I'm not joking. Behind every black takeover of a white establishment, there are angry whites looking to rebel. Your president made white nationalism mainstream, and crackers like Nick Fuentes are using the Trump playbook themselves. Because remember, if you're pro-black, it's militant and controversial. If you're pro-white in this country, it's presidential. Whenever black people start dominating any white establishment, the clear people go into a patriot panic and dig up the biggest bigots to scare us off. Bill Maher, whose girlfriend has a dying white man fetish, look it up, she's like Boomer Superhead, except when she writes a book about all her lovers, it'll read like an obituary. Anyway, Bill Maher predicted that he wouldn't win a Golden Globe because woke Hollywood wouldn't give it to him. He was right. He lost. And they gave it to Ricky Gervais, one of the least woke comedians in the business. Wokeness and minorities get blamed by white losers even when we had nothing to do with it. AEW's been losing to Raw, SmackDown, Saturday Night's Main Event, PLEs, and NXT for a long time. And now that black talent will be a big part of that equation, a desperate AEW can appeal to anti-woke white nationalists as the home of professional honkies. There will be plenty of white wrestling fans pissing and moaning about how WWE is not their wrestling. Between Trick, Mello, Oba, Ricky, and Javon, a certain section of the honky sphere is going to feel like America voted 5 times for Obama. They're going to want...
I hate to say this, but I can actually see that happening. It's going to be like coded. It's like, oh, this is where real wrestling is. And it's just like a bunch of...
It's already happened. I don't even think it's a thing that's going to happen. It's already happened.
Listen to me. Racists suck at being subtle. And that's all I want to say about it.
You're right. Except that it's like we can see it though.
Like we can see you.
I can see. It's like we can see you.
Even when they try to make it seem like that's not what it's about, we know that's what it's about.
And you know,
like, come on, y'all are not inconspicuous. Y'all are not subtle. We know who the fuck y'all are.
And you know what's the sad part about that? They have scapegoats too. Well, we have Okada. We gotta. I can see them too. I mean, we got the one Japanese person. We got Okada. We got Samoa Joe.
I mean, they have Okada. They have Okada. They have Takeshita. They have what's his name?
And okay, and WWE has Nakamura and Asuka.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
I'm just saying, if they're going to try to weaponize Asians.
No, it's not even about weaponizing Asians. It's just the mere fact that no matter what excuse they use, no matter what race they use, they can use black people for all I motherfucking care. We got Willow Nightingale and we got Swerve Strickland, and he don't do all that blacky black shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like they could do that, but it doesn't matter because their frame of reference is that they don't like the mere fact that other minorities are having a spotlight. That's just really it. That's always been a thing. Remember when Crime Time was motherfucking popular? There was a white lash there too.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it literally doesn't matter.
And then they try to counter that with having them team with John Cena a couple of times.
No, it's not even about a counter. It's just the fact that when black people do good, there's gonna be a reaction, no matter what. It's not even in wrestling. It's just encoded in the country. It shows up in wrestling because it's literally a thing in the society, in the culture.
History. It's literally in our history. Like you don't even have to go back that far.
Yeah.
I repeat, it's not a racist thing. As hard as they try.
Tiger Woods still going through it. My father said the only reason Tiger Woods hasn't broken major yet because white men won't let him. He's like, my father said Tiger Woods could have been broken that record, but I feel like he doesn't do it on purpose because he don't want white American done to him. You see what he did? I said they went out there.
And mind you, we don't really fuck with Tiger Woods like that.
Exactly, and we don't really fuck with Tiger Woods like that. But imagine they would have done something to like someone who's even more black. They gave up on basketball. They said, "Oh, you niggas can have that," but golf, hell. All right, let's get back into the video.
How do you put this? A more American product, you know, with less thugs. And whether Tony Khan wants to book a pro-white product or not, AEW is in position to do just that. And they may not have a choice. They already booked a skinhead stable as their top act for a year, which sucked, but the closest MJF came to evolving his character was when he himself played a white nationalist and a real American, which strictly from a kayfabe standpoint was some of his best work. AEW just signed Charlie Kirk supporter Tadevik. That's a start. And she looks like Kristi Noem's Lieutenant Dogcatcher. With a start like this to 2026, Trump might do WWE the same way he does all his baby mamas and cheat on them with a much younger AEW, who just turned 7 years old. We'll be right back.
You sound so beautiful and cute. How old are you?
I'm 8. I'd like to send a special shout out to my homeboy, O.J. Simpson. Keep up the good work, baby. 2 less we got to worry about. You understand? Keep up the good work. Louis Farrakhan will be the next president. Snoop Dogg, we know you're innocent. You called me last night. You understand? Get ready, Smoky Mountain, because we're going to set this place on fire.
All right, fans, there they are, the team to be heard from. It's Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
With the main event scene whiter than Ibu's elbows, AEW can be like, tired of Trick Williams, Obafemi in the hood-ass main event? Then tune in to AEW Dynamite, only on the Turner Old Boys Network for wrestling done the right way. Maybe they can partner with Erica Kirk and Turning Point for a joint main event and go halvesies on Pyro. You know, Dean Clanbrose was my husband's favorite wrestler. Who knew Control Your Narrative was ahead of its time? I don't know, I'm just trying to help. It's worth a shot, and AEW seems light years away from their next Black Hope, Let's Go Kevin Knight. AEW's latest attempt to revive their brand came in the form of a pathetic partnership with Sports Illustrated. You can read all about that in this video.
Don't you think that there's something that you should apologize for? Please. I say, y'all haven't apologized for what you did to black people. I haven't done nothing to you all but tell the truth.
Shout out to Farrakhan. Well, fellas, what did y'all think about that? What did y'all think about that video?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good video. It was funny. It was. I mean, I looked at it more as like a satire than like actual. Because I'm gonna also get on us a little bit as black wrestling fans and shit like that. Sometimes we be reaching too. And sometimes we do be reaching too. You know what I'm saying? Like when that, like I understand why people call Triple H like a Klansman and he don't be pushing black wrestlers and stuff like that. I totally motherfucking get it. But at the same time, I also do think we're overreacting because at the very same time, WWE was really never a place that prided itself on pushing black wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? They only kind of do it when there's a lot of fan. Like, think of the last two. Look at Kofi Kingston's situation, right?
Right.
For 10 years, that nigga was not in the main title picture. And then everyone's like, Kofi Kingston's been in WWE for 10 years and he's never been considered for the WWE Championship. Oh, shit, we don't want to appear too racist. So, they built a story around that. Another person I'm also going to give you, and this one was motherfucking egregious, was R-Truth. That nigga got released. And everybody was like, "Oh no, you don't! Not our truth." You know what I'm saying? Wait, like, you know what I'm saying?
I wasn't
Like,
happening. Not true. The audience was not happy.
yeah, and bro, like Kofi Kingston held the WWE Championship in 6 months and then lost it in like 12 seconds.
I was so mad.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then
I feel
like
disrespectful.
And the
fucking
funny
Swerve
shit
Strickland held the title.
that,
Say it again.
My bad, go father. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying Swerve Strickland held the AEW championship for about 4 months and then lost that shit and then went, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. That was pretty much his fucking gimmick. And then he gets injured. He gets sidelined for a little bit, and then he comes back with his mortal enemy going, "We're gonna beat all of you up, and then I'm gonna get my title." And then Hangman's like, "I'm gonna get my title," and then that's why you're wondering Bobby Lashley's nowhere to be found, because it's like, yeah, well, what about Bobby Lashley? Because if Bobby Lashley really wanted to, he could take that shit. You telling me MJF is gonna be Bobby Lashley clean? Absolutely, motherfucking
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like as black people, sometimes we can reach a little bit because of our sensitive kind of like underbelly when it comes to professional wrestling, because we've seen how many motherfucking times they disrespected us. And also, he could have made this video 6 months ago and it would have been relevant, because NXT has been blackety black for like the past year now. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of really not saying anything new. And him just seeing all the black people being called up, I'm like, nigga, they were in NXT. They were going to get called up. Obafemi was a star before. Obafemi is a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally came in and everyone was like, oh yeah, he's the one. So, and it was very similar to Braun Breaker, because Braun Breaker went to the main roster and has been killing it ever since. And so he could also pull that Great White Hope shit when it comes to Braun Breaker. I wouldn't be surprised if Obafemi and Braun Breaker is going to be like the main event. That would feed families. If they main evented, if they main evented a WrestleMania, that would motherfucking feed families. And then on top of that, like, just where we're at right now with the climate and everything, anybody can be pushed. Stephanie Vacar is literally from fucking Chile. She's not even Mexican. She's from Chile. So it just goes to show you, like, they can pull whatever talent that they want to suit their needs and, make them shine and make them prosper and shit like that. I don't think everything is always an agenda. I don't think they be pushing black stars sometimes to quiet down the white people. Like, white people, like, bruh, at the end of the motherfucking day, I just want good people represented. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, my favorite wrestler right now is fucking Aleister Black, and that nigga's fucking Dutch.
Yep.
But that's legitimately my favorite wrestler right now. And he's my favorite wrestler because of two things. His ring presence, I love the whole gothic dark, shit that he got going on. And then on top of that, that nigga will kick your head off. And I love people that can do that. I love people that can just kick your motherfucking head off.
I told AJ,
Yeah.
You ever seen the man kick your head off and standing still at the same time? He was like, no. Watch him. And he did his black man. He said, oh my God. I forgot who he did it to. He did the black man and then sat right down Indian style. I said, yep, this nigga is...
just drop like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. I said I haven't been that impressed since Oscar did the whole slap into an armbar thing. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, against fucking Cameron. She tried to slap her and I remember I showed you that match too, and you were sold after that.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. But I still love me some Oscar. Yeah, honestly, I think they're doing their best work too.
Yeah, shout out to Oscar.
And also, I've been on Drew McIntyre. I was like, Drew McIntyre needs another run as a WWE champion because during that COVID era, he was doing well, and I was like, I wish he'd had a crowd next to him because I felt like it'd have been better. So now that he is WWE champion, I feel like he's probably gonna get that run he deserves. So I think it's gonna be a while before we'll see in like people like Oba, even though I think they're gonna push Trick. But I think it's gonna be a while since we're gonna see like Oba, Femi, Trick, and Javon before they do something. I feel like they're gonna go through their little trials before they really push them. But and shit. Now we kind of think about it. What about people like the other NXT brands, like the Kevin Owens, the Sami Zayns, the Finn Balor? Finn Balor. Finn Balor is just like damn near forgotten. I still to
Be
this day,
excited when Kevin Owens finally comes back from injury.
I still think Judgment Day didn't do much for him, but that's just me.
That's debatable when it comes to Finn Balor.
I mean, he was tag champion, but JD McDonough keeps getting injured. That boy's injury prone, and it's just like Finn Balor just sit there. I don't know. You were talking about wasted talent right there, Dr. Finn Balor.
Oh, definitely. There's a list of wrestlers who I feel are way, way overdue for a heavyweight title run. Like I have a list. The biggest one to me personally is Randy Orton.
I disagree
With Finn Balor and Kofi Kingston right behind him in terms of who I feel they're owed another title run. Drew McIntyre is finally getting his.
I highly disagree with Randy Orton, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
How long has it been since Randy Orton has held really any belt?
Randy Orton is a 14-time champion. You don't think he's a 14-time?
But that's what him being a 14-time champion is besides the point. How long has it been since he's actually held a belt?
You don't need a belt.
That's not besides the point. That is the point.
He don't need a belt. He's over. He's still RKOing people and people still popping.
People are just happy to see Randy. That's where he's at in his career.
To now where they're singing.
Randy Orton can show his face and people will sing his theme song. Yeah. That's a title in itself.
Right there. Same thing with Chelsea Green.
That's kind
of like why I disagree with Chelsea Green winning it off of Julia again. I was like, she's kind of like over. She don't, and even her, she said, I want to be where the Miz is at, where I don't need a title to be relevant. I could just be there and be relevant.
Yeah, and that's a good point. That's a good point right there, Dion. Sometimes you just have to understand the belt doesn't make the wrestler makes the belt.
You have a point there.
My bad. Go ahead, Dion.
I just feel like for all he's done, and hell, use Orton for real. Use him to push one of the newer, younger. That's a hell of a feather in your cap to say you took a championship off of Randy Orton of all people.
You don't remember the match he had with Javon Evans?
I remember that, but I'm saying for someone to be able to say, "Oh, they actually took a championship off it."
Oh my god!
If you're gonna go that route,
I'm just saying there's options. There's ways you can play this.
if you're gonna go that route, then I wouldn't put the This is gonna sound stupid. I wouldn't put the WWE Championship on him. I'd give him the U.S. belt, and still have him do the open challenges
What,
like John Cena did.
US or Intercontinental?
Yeah, just have him do an open challenge. Just like I think the open challenges is great because you're showcasing other talent, either whether they win or lose. It's like, oh, we got this person, we got this person, and then like Randy Orton could do, his own open challenges. I know Bobby. I know that's kind of like what the U.S. title has been kind of like alluded to now is these open challenges and shit. But it's also I think this is one
Which
of
is a
the
good thing, by the way. That's
huh.
a good thing. That's a good thing.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that it's a good thing because when was the last time I saw Shinsuke before the fucking and I seen him like what 3 or 4 times now.
With 3 or 4 different theme songs, by the way.
Yeah. Sooner or later, we're going to see Apollo Crews. It's like, where the fuck have you been? And they had
I
a
think
feud. Carmelo and it's funny because Carmelo and fucking Apollo had a feud.
I think they're at the point now where they're just not sure what else they can do with the boy.
It's just bad booking.
It's bad booking. You know how much you could have done with fucking Apollo?
That's a former Intercontinental Championship. Champion, not championship. But yeah.
I'm gonna be
Here's my theory when it comes to Apollo Crews. I think he probably showed up at a wrong time when he debuted per se. And the reason I say that is because you have so many of the bigger, more muscular wrestlers who are showing off like cruiserweight freaking feats of agility and shit. And that was a big part of what made Apollo Crews popular. Him being as agile as he is for being one of the bigger, bulkier dudes. But now you have the likes of Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu and even though he hasn't competed in a hot minute, Otis. You got freaking what was his name? Ivar from the Viking Raiders. It's a lot of these, what you would call, I guess, big and nimble wrestlers.
hot take. This is my
And I
hot
feel
take.
like this would have been like the way things are now. This current landscape is perfect for Apollo Crews.
Hot take, and this is just my hot take, and I could be wrong. I hate it when big guys do flippy shit. That's just me. I like it when my big men are big men. It's the same way I feel about the NBA. When I watch Women Yada fucking take a step back 3, I say, if you don't get your big 7-foot ass in the fucking paint.
Hey, I like the fact that you got so many cats who can do all these different things.
See, here's the thing. Undertaker, to me, is a perfect example of a big wrestler. Like, he moves slow, but he can do all the flippy shit.
Nigga can fly if you want
And
to.
he's done it several times.
He's done it several times, but when he does it, it's like oh shit, you can do it. But like, you don't need to do that in the course. Like, he still represented a big man in wrestling, though. Like, I feel like if you're going to do flippy shit, that's just like you pulling out the stops. I gotta go into my bag. Not like, I don't need you to show me the bag up front. It's like, oh shit, he could do that too. And I feel like that's the thing with Undertaker. Like, when you see him go over the top rope with Shawn Michaels, even though it was a botch, it was still kind of amazing. Like, imagine if it didn't botch, it would have been like very great. Like, even with Brock Lesnar, and this was also a botch, when he fucking did the backflip on Kurt Angle, and I understand he was doing that.
Flip. It was the shooting star press.
Yeah, shooting star press. When he's doing the shooting star press on Kurt Angle, I know he used to do that before. I know he used to do that before, but the fact that he did that, I was like, oh shit, you bringing out the whole bag on him. So
Nigga,
I don't know.
that
That's
was
why
fucking terrifying.
yeah, that's why I like. Is like I know a lot of people hate Brock Lesnar because he's like suplex repeat, but it's just like that's all. He's a big ass motherfucker. That's all he needs to do. Sometimes it's just all you need to do.
I do think you have a point, Ray, with the whole big men thing. Cause so for example, with Jacob Fatu, at first we were amazed, but now it's just like, oh shit, he's doing the moonsault again.
Yeah,
You know, like there's no more it's no longer special. But with the example that you gave on Undertaker and how he flew against Shawn Michaels, to me it didn't matter whether he botched or not because Undertaker is usually doesn't really go that far unless the match is that fucking important. So if
exactly.
he's pulling that out against you, you know, okay, that this nigga's not playing around. You
Yeah,
know, Brock Lesnar when he did that shooting star press. Again, it didn't matter whether he botched it or not because what the fuck is a 350-pound man doing with a motherfucking shooting star press? You know, like it made for those type of moments. So I do understand where you're coming from.
yeah. It's like Mark Henry and Big Show when they did the fucking suplex and it broke the whole ring. Make Taz say, "Oh shit." That's what as a fan. That's what I'm supposed to look at. I said, "You really trying to put this nigga away?"
Right.
That was Big Show and Brock Lesnar, by the way, because Taz was out of WWE
Oh,
by
Big
the
Show.
Mark Henry and
You
Big Show.
right. Oh, my bad.
So yeah, it was Big Show and Brock Lesnar was the one where Taz was like, "Holy shit!"
You're right. I'm losing my mind. Thank you. You're right. But yeah, but that was such a. But you know what I'm saying? That was a special moment because, like, that storytelling and like you really couldn't. Don't get me wrong. A match like what Leon Slater and Javon Evans. That was a great match, but even then, it was just like it wasn't like no choreographed flippy shit like Ricochet and Osprey. Which, by the way, I still think that's a great match, but I feel like that should have been one of those one and done things because now everybody been trying to do that shit. Now it's just look kind of. I don't like using this word, but fake. But like anime, like it's like trying to be anime in real life. You understand what I'm saying?
It feels less like a wrestling match and more like a Power Rangers episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, I get it. And you want to know what? Like, yeah, once in a while that stuff is cool, but you know they were doing that stuff so much that it did kind of like became a trope where you see these over choreographed sequences in wrestling, and it's just like it takes you out of the match and it puts you into like this kind of like, well, now I know that he's gonna do this, you know.
Yeah, but it feels like you're watching an episode on like Dragon Ball or some shit. And you just wait for Goku to bust out that Kamehameha.
Basically. But shoot. Well, I did say I was trying to get out before 11:30, and it's 11:22, and I think we done said what we had to say. So, any last words before I shut this thing down? Any one of y'all?
Obafemi for president.
Do you got anything to say?
Yeah. He calls his fan base the feminist, so I'm a feminist.
As wrestling fans, let's get back to having fun with this shit again. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, and I hope I can retire this saying it's hard being black and a wrestling fan. That's all I wanted. Before I die, I do not want to utter those words. It is so hard being black and a wrestling fan sometimes. I think a
That
lot of
shit
you
gonna be on. Oh,
say it again.
that shit gonna be on YouTube stuff.
That probably is gonna be on my tombstone, to tell you the truth. But again, I'd like to thank both of y'all for coming on this early morning impromptu after party. I really do appreciate y'all jumping in. I would like to thank all y'all for watching this us reacting to and talking about wrestling. So This is the after party. That's Dion. That's Father. I'm Ray, and we signing out. Peace.
I just want to say before you end the episode, if you ever feel bad as a black wrestling fan, just listen to Mark Henry's theme song where he was sexual chocolate, because that always makes me feel better.
Oh God.
All right. Okay, we signing out.